The best practice for an employer considering discharging an employee is to, one, make sure that that is properly vetted through either an attorney or someone in their human resources department, or if they're a small business, that they certainly contact an attorney if they don't have a human resources department, and if they believe there's going to be an issue that comes from that. In the modern employment context, you are entitled, again, to fire an employee if you're an employer for any reason. The best way, but firing an employee is disruptive. It's expensive. It disrupts the workplace. It causes morale issues. And frankly, for most employers, it's not a pleasant thing to do. It is often a very difficult task. Even with employees who are engaging in misconduct or are not performing, the termination of an employee is an emotional issue for the employer, and it's a disruptive financial issue. So if you're going to do it, the best way you should do it is to be able to engage people to, where necessary, have progressive discipline, make your job action consistent with the conduct that is occurring in the workplace. So if it's relatively minor conduct, maybe you don't want to discharge somebody. If it's significant conduct, you certainly want to discharge somebody. But if you're going to do that, the most important thing you can do as an employer is to document what you're doing in an objective, reasonable way. Do not have communications in your files that suggest some motive or suggest anger or suggest some what we call legal animus. Objectively and neutrally decide why it is this employer can no longer work for you, and document that so that that is something that in the future you can defend. Over time, memories fade. And again, these are very emotional issues. Terminating an employee is not an easy thing to do. So the reasonable thing to do then is to make sure that you've documented it so your penalties and your punishment between employees is fair and consistent.